Let's get it, bro. That's what he said. He said it last month, did he not? He said, let's get it, bro. It went from let's get it, bro, to
let's get it, bro. With that Cali accent. With the
hey, let's get it, bro. Now it's all
hello. Okay, let's get it, bro.
Hello.
After he did like
yeah. Oh, where to work at? It's hello. I am working on it. I am the real O. There's O in Compton, like there is in the OVO. But he's still rapping. All right, if y'all know what I'm talking about, I woke up this morning getting ready for work as I usually do. This is why I'm in the car right now. We on break right now because it's fucking pouring down raining. So I was like, all right, I'm about to go work some more. Unlike Kendrick, I ain't doing no mysterious shit. I don't do the mysterious podcaster. I don't record a podcast once a month and try to get interviews the rest of the month. I don't do that shit. I show up to work every week. I show up to work. He said I ran from the grind. He said I ran from the grind. How is that possible? I can't do no fucking Australian accent.
Yeah, that sounds British. That sounds Iranian is what you're doing. Like
might be the same thing. It's a bunch of British females that go to Dubai. They get rained on too, like it is out here. But listen, I ain't ran from the grind. Well, Ocean Spray ain't ran from the grind. We work. All right.
Kendrick Lamar, I'm calling your ass. Is that what you're saying?
Dog, you can't put hope in the Compton people. I've been saying that for years. That's why when this jabroni, I love him with all my life. But when he say you from Compton, that's one of my triggers.
I say it to you, yeah.
That's one of my triggers on it.
COMPTON in the city.
COPTON. Hey, it should be SOLER. That's what it is. It stands for DJ Quick and Easy E. Compton has contributed nothing to us as a society. All right. If you wanted me to run down the names of people from Compton, I can give you the names. I love Marion White being Suge Knight, but I'm saying everybody else,
Leon White.
They have done nothing for us as a society.
I don't know about that, to be honest.
Name some great people from Compton.
Literally, a whole album was called Straight Outta Compton, and that kind of shook the rap game.
When the last time you listened to Straight Outta Compton?
It's been a long time, yeah.
Oh yeah, my fault. And Big Van Vader.
I said it, yeah. Leon White.
Yeah. You said his shoot name. That's why I was like, hold on.
Costner?
No, he from Linwood. That's different. That's next door.
Okay, here we go.
That's next door. That ain't Compton.
What do you say? Same difference?
No, not really. They know how to read in Linwood a little bit better.
Okay, so like you said, yeah, this starts a month ago. I like that verse. It's funny to me because hearing Kendrick Lamar rap is always funny to me. Again, like the there's a lot of goofies with a check. Like, and then like you're just like, let's get it, bro. Like, I've been saying that just in my own head. Like, that's a great line. Okay, let's get it, bro. Like, he's clever with his words, which is what Drake is saying at the end of the Tupac song, which we'll get to later. Like, this whole thing is just going. I mean, first of all, let me say this. So last week, Drake finally responds. So last Saturday, I took a nap during the Masters, but I had woken up for 5 minutes to see that Iran had invaded Israel, and I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" And then I went back to sleep.
Brother, it's about to happen.
I went back to sleep, and then I woke back up, and then there's like Drake has a response, and I'm like, a lot of things are happening today. But someone else had a great tweet of George Bush on the golf course about Iran, and like that was the Masters coverage, because literally I had it on CBS and it introed to like, we breaking news that Iran, because it's not Iran anymore, that we know how to properly pronounce things these days. Iran has invaded Israel. And I'm like, well, that's a lot to.
Did you wake up like, what year is it?
No, I was just like, well, this isn't a dream because the TV's on. So, but I'm also like, well, you picked the wrong day to do it. And then I watched The Daily Show on the other day, and Jon Stewart, when he reviewed it on Monday, he's like, the other country shot the missiles out of the sky, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and that's what this beat basically is. It's like Drake is trying to shoot back at what they've already shot, because Rick Ross, with his response, and I've been laughing at the white boy. Like it's
already white boy.
Yeah. Where your doc is in no underwear, white boy. Come on. Like it's all, like it's not even venomous. It's all comedy. And I don't think that's a bad thing, but to me, I'm just like,
bro, the back and forth on social media made it funnier. Somebody said, this is male reality TV. That's what this woman said. She was like, this is male reality TV for men. And it is it's like, it's two wealthy guys. It's two wealthy guys.
You got to factor in Future, Metro Boomin.
But they started, that's the funny thing. They started it, and it's like, we just got them out the equation. This is legit the 6-pack challenge from Armageddon 2000. It's like, bro. Nobody cares.
The Survivor Series. It's a go home SmackDown in 2001 when everyone gets their finisher, and it's like, this Sunday Survivor Series, who's gonna win? Winner takes all. Damn it!
That's what. That's the better accurate.
Because Jay Cole's description size in the middle of the match. That's what's going on. Going like, I'm gonna go do a song of Future saying I apologize, and Drake's like, Stone Cold like, you trifling bitch, you son of a bitch, like.
Who was in that? Who was on the WCW side? It was Stone Cold, Kurt Angle, which I still don't fucking get.
Stone Cold, Kurt Angle, RVD,
Booker,
Shane O'Mac, and Booker T.
He was Shane O'Mac. He came out the gate because remember every time he was Shane, because remember when JR got mad at Shane because Shane had stopped the count, even though it was an elimination match. He would still stop the count, and then JR be like, God damn again, Shane, because he'll stop the count. Like, bro, it's an elimination match. Technically, you don't need to stop the count, but I get the logic. J. Cole basically is Shane O'Mac in this equation. Like, I'm gonna come out the gate swinging, and then I'm like, hey, bro, let's not get it, bro. Let me just step back a little bit. But he's starting to look like the smart one. Like, all right, I know where this is going. No, he kind of started to look smart. All right, I know where this is going. I'm out of here because we were supposed to be rapping. Y'all talk about wealth. I'm rich. Y'all wealthy. That's what it is. Like, it was two, essentially, no disrespect to them. It's essentially two bad bitches saying, I got more money than you. Like, look at your plane is rented. Like, imagine being so fucking wealthy that I'd be like, Davis, your Boeing fucking big ass plane is rented from Virgil, but it's a cargo plane. That it's a fucking cargo
plane. They put the cover on it when you ride it. Yeah, you know, like.
And then saying, your house got a lien C on it. This is a reality TV house or like a TikToker house. Like, bro, that's one of three houses.
I mean, to be fair, wasn't he being served Hamburger Helper like a few months ago? And everyone said the same thing. Like, why is this man rich eating Hamburger Helper? Because he's like, we eating this Hamburger Helper. I'm like, I had Hamburger Helper when I was a kid. Like, well, I'm not saying I have money now, but like,
we got to remember a woman cooked for him, and they are skilled.
Okay, all right.
Like limited, they'll shake ass and make Hamburger Helper. That's all they can really do.
But that's still, it's like you're Rick Ross. Are you
recipes?
Like Rick Ross, you're going to the store and putting Hamburger Helper in your. Again, you're even going to the store to get it. Like, that's what didn't make any sense.
Yeah, Publix. You never been to Publix. You don't know. Like, when you go to Publix, it's very limited on the quality of food, but still, it's the quantity that you get for cheap. Like, you can get 2 Powerades for like $1. That's why I miss Publix.
Damn. But
like Publix always have deals like that.
But I'm gonna let you go back to, because you're right. This is lifestyles of the rich and famous, but like, but not really. Apparently, if you ask him, because again, Drake's throwing shots at Kendrick saying you signed a bad deal, and everyone's right saying, well, Drake, you signed 4 different deals, right? So
he would Universal Republic. He would Cash Money. He's with Sony, I think, too. He got like legit 4 deals.
And then apparently he's in that blood pact with Jay Prince, because it's like Ghost Rider. You signed the deal with the devil. I own you, Johnny Blaze. Like,
well, that's what Ross said. He's like, Go get Rap-A-Lot some money, nigga.
Yeah.
Go get Wayne. I feel bad for Wayne because his name is always getting thrown in this. Anytime.
Okay, he doesn't know what day of the week it is. All right, so don't even.
Hey, Ross, I'm good.
You couldn't ask him which Uso he brought out to the ring. He'd be like, a what? Uso?
Uso. I don't even know, baby.
So, no wait at this point. Again, because like one of the best Jesus Amaro clips of all time was when he said, I'm black, my life matters. I don't care about Black Lives Matters. And then they showed a clip later on where it said Black Lives Matter at a concert. And it was like, what the fuck's going on? And they're like, this is what drugs do to you. You'll say one thing one day and then completely not even backtrack and just change course.
Bro,
like you never seen through the first comment.
I'll be remiss to talk about somebody's hairline and sunroof because I got that. I'm just confident with my shit. But I don't have dreads with a sunroof. Like I saw him, and I don't like talk about men's hair because I don't play them type of games. I don't care. But I will say it was too prominent because it's on 4K TV at the biggest sporting event of the year, like the second biggest sporting event of the year, and he just there like a millionaire, and then the motherfucker, I'm a young man, and it's like, whoa, bro. Like it's right here. I can see it. And that's not from people's like that's drugs. No, it's called getting old. Like we gotta remember this man is all of 41 years old and he's been famous for like
he's been famous for 30 years almost. Yeah.
So it's like, hair just goes. It's not no drugs. Some people's hair just dissipate. We talked about John Cena.
I think people felt when they saw Ron Howard in the 80s and 90s, like, oh, the kid from the Andy Griffith show? Like, you were just a boy.
Like, people lose hair, all right? That's how it works. So, Wayne, it's not because of drugs. He just lost his hair. But I just hate that his name gets thrown in the shit, especially when Ross got a problem with somebody. It's like, why you keep bringing my name up, bro?
Well, they've had their beef, right? So that's the thing. It's like, and Rick Ross...
Because he's like,
that's what
remember he said on IG, get Bird some money. Like, like he throwing shots at Bird, talking about his house is up for auction. It's like, damn, why all y'all millionaires just keep losing houses, bro? It's called taxes.
No. First of all, you can't ask that question when we follow Ric Flair the way we do. So again, you always bring up the Jim Ross quote. He never saved his money. He went broke. Like that's these guys to a T. Apparently, again, we always have to wonder like, why did Drake put out albums like he has the last couple of years? There's been the speculation that maybe he's gambling it away. We talked about the Shohei Ohtani and Bruno Mars gambling stories a few weeks ago. But just this, and again, if you own percentages on these deals, you could, and regardless how well your tours do, you're consistently having to be in the album cycle of, all right, they're going to pay for studio time. They're going to give me how many up front, and then I got hit this deadline. And this is, to me, it's really, and that's where the whole Drake versus the world beef starts is the Scorpion time, him, Pusha T, him, and then Escalade versus Kanye West. And now it's at the Civil War. I never really figured out what the whole Metro beef started from. He had the line about like, there's a video of you bowing down. And I'm like, I bet he did that like as a joke, or like they were like cooking and like, damn, like this is going to be great. Like, I don't even think in that in a serious manner of like, it's
my fault. This damn cracker is smoking. It's pouring down, raining, and he's fucking smoking the stogie. These motherfucking people. My fault when I say cracker. I don't mean Davis, even though he's my favorite cracker of all time. It's just the fact of these motherfuckers, these train smoking cigarettes from 3 a.m. usually when we start 4 a.m. depending on when we start to the end of the day, and then they be wondering why they be. I'll be hearing these motherfuckers.
That's the thing in the cartoons. Whenever someone smoked a cigar, it would be.
That's these motherfuckers. That damn boy, I love the self. I wish to God the Confederate would have won. Then we would have had cigarettes for $4 and fuck Joe Biden. These motherfuckers just smoke. The worst thing they do is actually eat pork. That's the worst thing. Like if you're going, well, that's white people food anyway. Anyway, I
had some sausage and bacon earlier. So.
And first of all, Dot and Davis and everybody's listening, thank y'all for being here. Kanye don't know he made it like that verse. He don't even know what song he just did. That man is on so much fucking drugs. He don't know what. Speaking of people on drugs, he don't know what the fuck today is. He like, who is this? Kim? This is my wife. Hey, dog, I'm Bill Gates. He in the room right now. I'm Bill Gates. Hey, you gonna say something to Drake? Nah, cause see them people. You know what people. I don't want to say.
Yeah. I bet the Iran news tickled his fancy that day of like, ooh.
No, he probably forgot every anti. I think people don't realize when he say he crazy. Some people just remember.
Yeah, no, I actually think he is. Yeah, as we've discussed. I mean,
me and you had this discussion, and I've had this discussion with everybody in this chat and anybody's listening. Remember we used to just call motherfuckers crazy.
You know what's funny? I sent that Chris Rock clip to Kiki like 2 weeks ago about the. Remember Columbine? They was talking about the school shooters, and it must have been the music they was listening to. It must have been what they were watching. What happened to crazy is crazy, okay?
I ain't got five. Nobody will play with us. The Trench Coat Mafia. I ain't got 5 friends now.
And to be honest, as much as we dislike Chris Rock today, he is right. He is right in the 90s. I mean, all right. First of all, Chris Rock, the movie star, is a poor movie star. He probably has 2 to 3 good movies.
So let me ask you this: why is he able to direct the Martin Luther King documentary or biopic that's coming out?
And I'm about to say right now, that is a fucking mistake. Listen, all the
why do we need that movie? No disrespect to Dr. King, but why do we need another one? Dog, I'm not seeing me and Eve. Amp talked about this months ago. If Eve was here, he'd probably say Dr. King shouldn't have gambled, but he did gamble.
First of all, Eve was on Wiretap. I think the episode with you and Amp saying like, so this is why guys need to read their history books and people need to learn. But he's retweeting the Aaron Rodgers shit like he might be onto something. And I'm like, are you out of your mind?
He is onto something, but I can't talk about that here.
Okay, here we go.
Think about the 80s. Think about San Francisco in the 80s. You know, because you from the Bay.
Is Aaron Rodgers. He is a football player. I don't care if he went to Berkeley. Again, he went to community college to transfer to Berkeley because they were probably like, this dumb fuck is too in his own head to fucking realize what's real and what's not. Like
that's what Manny said. Manny said he went to ITT Tech.
Yeah.
People forget about that too. He did go to community.
You know who doesn't? My dad and I, because my dad's like, where did he go to school? I'm like, well, don't forget he went to JUCO first. And my dad's like, see, because he was a fucking asshole to not get to a real college right away.
Can we look up what actual college he went to? Because I feel like
it was something. I think it was
even
like
Trucker said. Dot, you got to chime in. That's your quarterback, Dot.
I think it was Butte College in Montana. Let me see.
Dot, chime in. That if you're still listening, that's your quarterback. You got to say something about it.
Yeah, Butte Community College in fucking. Yeah,
Butte. I think I heard of Butte.
In Chico, Orland, Orville, California. Yeah,
bruh. But the fact
I thought it was the other Butte College. Yeah.
Hey, I wish this could be the title.
See, and this man is 40. See, this man is 40 saying the government invented AIDS. And he did the J. Cole of Jimmy Kimmel, I apologize. I did not mean to say what I said. I'm sorry. Again, when these guys get to talking their shit, and let's get it, bro. They get to talking their shit and pumping their chest like, yeah, I'm about to say something stupid. Yo, I'm about to spit something stupid. And then like they have to do that. I apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
But with him, he don't apologize for shit. Like, I respect it. If you're gonna be a dumbass, be a dumbass.
This man's Achilles snapped because he thought he was gonna take the Jets to glory when there's a Ringer article saying the Jets haven't had a good quarterback since Joe Namath. That wasn't even in the 3rd grade. That was in the 60s.
Hey, Mark Sanchez was
he was not good.
He was better than what they've had in the past couple years.
No. I'm saying no. Anyway, but no, this what pissed you off about all this? Sorry, so we've had again like that, which I enjoy like that. It's a good song. I enjoy it. The production on it's amazing. The like it's phenomenal. And then we get Drake's response. I like the song. I like dropping to me. 50, drop and give me 50. Like
Yeah,
you
I'm
didn't
starting to
like
like it better. No, I
You're
like it
starting to
now.
like it now.
Last night I
Yeah.
listened to it again. I was like, hey, this might be better than like that. Because the thing
I know it
is,
is. Because it's also
to
more.
say somebody got a size 7 shoe is kind of mad disrespectful. I thought it was corny, but I'm like, it's kind of funny when you think about it.
No, my whole thing is because everyone's finding out how wrong hip hop analysis is, even though they've already known that. And great people could talk about hip hop. I don't try to get in the hip hop conversation too much, but a lot of times white people are ruining the hip hop discussion. But my whole thing would to be a bit would be like, well, if Kendrick at his height had a size 13 shoe, wouldn't that be a health concern? Like you gotta have to think like if Kendrick Lamar at 5'7" had like a size 12 shoe, he'd look like a Kids Next Door in real life. Like he'd look like number 4 from the Kids Next Door in real life. And that's how Drake be dressing anyway with these big ass shoes Drake wears. It's like, what are you wearing these big ass shoes when you got a size 10 foot or whatever? But Kendrick Lamar having small feet, I'm like, have you seen him? Like,
have you seen him?
He's not a tall man by any means.
Yeah, no, I be joking about people height, but that man legit 5'5". I stood next to him when I worked at Coachella. I'm like, damn, this midget is powerful. Oh, I can't say that. You funny for that reference though. I ain't watched the Kids Next Door since probably 02, 03.
But that's what he would look like. Again, like that's how they all be dressing: short, baggy ass pants and big ass shoes. It's like that's the style these days.
What's the one I was about to say something about? What's the one that is of Asian descent? Because he sound like her.
Oh, number 3, I think. Because number 1 is the Stewie Griffin lookalike. Number 2 is the one with the airplane headwear. Number 3 is the girl with the green sweater. 4 is the guy I'm talking about, and then 5 is the black girl who had the sister that number 1 was into.
Tristan actually has a point. You're right. That's funny. Like I said, I ain't seen that show in a minute. He got a point.
Yeah.
Like when I re-listened to it, remember Back to Back was like a club song. Like even though you wasn't in the club.
Well, yeah, I wasn't there. Yeah, but I know like that because Charged Up came out and everyone's like, well, this is kind of a it's hitting, but it's underwhelming at the same time. Yeah. It was like, but then that's why he had to come back with Back to Back. He's like, all right, let's get this let's clear, boom, jumpstart the heart type of shit.
Yeah, that was played at the day parties when I was there. But push-ups low key, I didn't even think about that, Tristan. It low key, like you could play it in the car and it wouldn't scare the hoes. And they might laugh. Yo, this motherfucker's clever. This half-breed is clever.
See that? I mean, well, that's already been saying like he dodged the blackface thing, which is true at the end of it. But let's all right. Because Rick Ross called him a white boy. The whole white boy want to be at the park. That hit me like a innocent bystander to like white boy want to be hanging with the crew. And I was like, oh my, like this is secondhand innocent bystander at the drive. Like, oh my god, I've been shot too when he was the target. Like,
but to your defense, you had no choice but to go to the park. I'll just say that.
But anyway, like,
I know your upbringing, but we know Drake upbringing.
Rick Ross is saying like, white boy this, white boy that, that's why you fix your nose. I'm like, well, because you don't want to look like your daddy. I'm like, that's some hard hitting shit. That is some real Sigmund Freud, type of shit. Like, and everyone was doing like the comparisons, like, I don't know, let's look at Drake's nose. Like,
yeah, that was kind of wild. I ain't looking at a grown man's nose that hard.
But like it, like.
Also, too, we can't sit up here and act like Dennis Graham is fucking Kuta Kinte, all right? Like, he about my complexion somewhere around there, bro. Like, we ain't gonna sit up here and just act like this man is fucking, where's our guy? Now I'm about to say Shuela Jellafor. Where's our guy that we talk about that get all the jobs in Hollywood that was in Amistad and Guardians of the Galaxy?
Manansu.
Yeah, we can't act like that he's him. So it's like, bro, he gonna have some European features, pause.
Yeah, but that's what I think. Like, so for a biracial child not child, he was a man at the time. A biracial man to do blackface, I'm like, it's not really a bad look in my opinion. It looks bad in terms of like, why would you agree to do this photo shoot? But it's not a hate crime either, because his father is black, so he's black. You know what I mean? It's okay. Don't do that. You know what I mean? It's not like if he did whiteface, I would laugh at that too, because the Eddie Murphy whiteface SNL clip is one of the funniest things of all time. When he wants to, I'd like to buy this newspaper, and the guy's like, just take it. Like, it's like white people.
And then the Niles one, I am a 35-year-old white man.
Yeah, well, that's just clever. Of like, you think you're a different race, even on the outside, you know you aren't. Which is why when he shows up and it's just the wig, it's hilarious, and that's why you look like Felon DeGeneres. It's one of the great moments of all time. But for him to do that,
have you ever seen? God damn! Every time I record, I be locking up on names. Then when I get done recording, I be remember. You ever seen that Spike Lee movie?
Bamboozled? No, I haven't.
Yeah.
But I know that's the point of it. Is it's black actors doing a modern minstrel show.
Yeah, that's one of the scariest movies I've seen in my life.
You know what? We will do the episode we talked about doing months ago. But
after you watch that, yeah.
I also want to watch that movie that a studio put out, the American Society of Magical Negro movie.
What'd you say?
You didn't see that movie?
Hey man, it was a good run. We had
no, you didn't see the trailer for that movie?
You can't say it.
That's what it's called. I can't say the title of the movie.
No.
They put out that movie.
Somebody else in the chat had to say.
See, but they put that movie, and you think like, oh, this is going to be like a clever satire, and the trailer is like, no, it's genuine, and it's like, then why would you make this movie? I thought it was going to be like a commentary on tropes, but no, it's like, we are making a movie like to carry on the trope. That's why I was confused. So I want to see that. But we can't go live during that episode because it'll be our ruckus, and we'll be here for 5 hours after we list the movies I watched.
Hold on. So, salute to everybody in chat.
So you're saying I can't say that Satchel Paige played in the league he played in. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm saying if I'm gonna watch the Magical Niggas, all I gotta do is just watch Space Jam.
First of all, I watched Space Jam too. That's what I mean. We'll talk about that. That's what I'm saying. But you're just trying to say I can't say what
you can. What go? Hey, so say
no.
What
I said it already. So no. I already said it. So now you're trying to say I can't say it.
No, you sound like you want to say the other one. Go ahead.
No. You know that.
Yeah, Orlando. What do you say? So say it. I know where you stay at, boy.
But
and it's cold. We gonna reenact The Rock versus Cody Rhodes. Get up, boy. Look at his face. Look at his face. Papa Davis. Look at his face. Pause. So what's the premise of this Magical Nigga movie?
We'll talk about it. I think we'll talk about it. Let's get back to where we were.
Let's get this shit. I don't know. Let's get it, bro.
Now, all right, so push-ups is great. Again, like he's able to diss Metro Boomin with Make Some Drums. Like, okay, like that really put a guy in his place. Like he was talking about The Weeknd not claiming Toronto, which I guess is accurate because The Weeknd's always been about your city more than anything. LA.
He's from Toronto, right?
Yeah, no, but he's always been about. But his music has always just ever since the trilogy. His music always has been about LA, and then this, the short term in Vegas for After Hours.
How old is The Weeknd? Because that'll tell you everything you need to know.
He's probably 2-3 years older than me.
So he's probably spent more time in LA than Toronto, even though you're supposed to claim your city. But the thing is, he's been famous for what, 12 years now? 13
oh no, he's 34.
Okay, so he a year younger than me, but he been famous since he was like 22, and he been in LA. Yeah, I'm gonna slander him later on. Don't worry about it. When that Party Next Door project come out, that's when we gonna have a real conversation.
Okay.
Fuck all this hippity hop. I don't give a fuck about rap is crap. R.I.P. Well, I don't know if he down there. He might be.
He didn't do bad, and that's as far as I can think of.
Kurt Haney. He might be. No, but either way.
He was a master of pranks, but I don't think he did it. I don't think he did like weird shit or bad shit. Like he ripped up the Rougeau's clothes then the Rougeaus got mad at the British Bulldog, and then the British Bulldog beat the shit out of the Rougeaus for that, and then they beat the shit out of him back. So,
well, he had to because Dynamite Kid would have beat his ass because he had a horrible temper.
Yeah. No, they said like Dynamite Kid was the way Dr. Dre was in Straight Outta Compton, just one hitter quitter. Like he punched Ray Rougeau and knocked him out with one punch.
Yeah, the story behind that is kind of, we on the side note, but this is how we get down. And this is how I do with all podcasts. That's what make it entertaining. But the thing is,
this is after Ray Rougeau was like, Jock's had enough, leave him alone. And he goes, like, punch
one more time. But they was bullying him apparently. The Bulldogs, they was just fucking with him for no reason. He had heat with them. Nobody know why they really had an issue.
No, like I said, in this story, because it comes from, I always shout out the Laps fan, they read from, I think it's British Bulldog's book, is that Kurt Hennig cuts up the Rougeau's clothes, and they get mad and think it's the Bulldogs because they were the only ones there, and that starts the whole thing. And then Jacques Rougeau knocks out British Bulldog's teeth with a handful of like quarters or something like that. That trick.
Oh yeah, I heard it.
Which, like, I still don't. I'm not saying we should try that to see like how accurate it's the loaded fist. Like put some quarters in your hand and see that actually works or not. But still,
the Roman Reigns when he used to cock his fist paw.
No, like the whole thing when Juice Robinson until he got injured, like he was doing the quarter punch. I'm like, this is the stupidest thing in wrestling to me. Like you got to carry a whole roll of quarters to punch a guy, like
because you hold it like I shouldn't be getting into descriptive details about this, but yeah, you hold the motherfuckers like this, and then it's kind of like you doing an open hand slant. But obviously,
you're doing the Jake Paul. I mean, the Logan Paul, you hit with your palm more than your actual fist for your finish.
No, but depending on how many quarters you got, but if you got enough that can hold under your hand and you grip it enough paws, you can fuck somebody's jaw. But if you got a little bit more like this and you grip it enough, it's like you got an open hand slap the shit out of somebody.
Yeah,
just to break they fuck. But it'll be like this instead of this whole side, depending on what
the trick of like turning your ring the other way to smack someone with it, like if you have a heavy ring or something like that.
We
see like the Canadians are peaceful. Yeah, that seemed like bring it back to Drake in the Weekend. Well, that beef has been 10 years at this point. Yeah, since the whole no new friends, no,
which made a hilarious ass video.
I mean, the Drake Rick Ross meme when he was doing the walking backwards, like they were bringing that back.
Bruh, them memes had me rolling when they had him in Thriller.
Yeah.
And I think the one they had him with he replaced Seth Rollins in the Shield moment when they broke up, which, you know, one day I'm gonna have that.
He'd probably be Dean Ambrose looking at Seth Rollins after he hit Roman Reigns, like, what did you do?
Dean Ambrose was slowly becoming the second greatest member of the Shield, by the way, people. And this is coming from somebody that didn't like him at first.
We'll talk. We'll have a wrestling conversation next week, because more stuff's been happening as of late. But yeah, what else? Who did you throw shots at? I mean, I think he's just trying to leave Future alone because he knows his beef isn't with Future. His beef's with Metro. Future obviously took Metro aside because, like, I value a producer more than a collaborator. Like, I can get features from anyone. I don't need to just get features from Drake. So that part of the beef makes sense to me. But yeah, the whole thing of just like, chop and give me 50. And he's saying all these clever things. And then he's right. Like, Kendrick Lamar does have to go make a verse for Maroon 5 and better make it witty, and then has to make a song for the Swifties. It's like this. He's done, for as much as like Drake is corny, look at what he does. Like, Kendrick Lamar has done some corny stuff. He did even though I think it kind of worked out, but he did that Imagine Dragons collab where they merged the two songs together. And it kind of worked on like the Jay-Z Linkin Park level, the tier below of like, yeah, you know, Numb Encore. It's not like that, but it's decent. When they did, I think they did Mad City and Radioactive, which is, you're muted right now.
I hated that collab, but him and Absol rapped over AWOL Nation Cell, and bruh, that's when he developed that Transformers ass song. That's that real Autobot music.
Not out here in the fields. that's what pissed me off about that. We'll talk about the Transformers 1 trailer at the end in the go home segment. Yeah. That's what pissed me off about that trailer. It was like it was filled with like all these old ass songs. I'm like, no, like
these kids don't know that shit, bro. You gotta play fucking Juice WRLD. But then that would be a different Autobot.
Oh god. But anyway. But yes.
Hey, that song was fire. Hey,
no, it's a great you're not wrong by saying it's a Transformers song, but it's like it's one of those songs like this is kind of lame, but like fire at the same time because it's like this is how an angel dies.
Blame me on my ADD.
Yeah, it's like see that's
like Adam Cole theme music, bro.
But that's a good. You know what's all about the boom, boom. Like, see, like
his song is fire. But I'm saying if he didn't have that song, he'll come out to that.
Scale. Yeah, no, I agree. Someone should. I mean, yeah, someone should at this point. But
you remember this song? I do.
That whole
and everybody knows that David and Goliath, but this is something. I
don't think I remember the song, but the whole appeal. They were making a big thing of like Pharrell produced the music for the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'm like, do we really need to brag about
Hans Zimmerman? That fucking
no.
You want to talk about Trick You Hall of Famers?
No.
Hans Zimmer Hall of Fame.
Hans. First of all, he's not Ryan Zimmerman of the Nationals. He's Hans Zimmer. Okay, he's.
No,
he did the Pirates of the Caribbean theme, which is dun 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 dun.
Wow.
Like, you don't think that's good?
No, it's probably my second, third favorite movie franchise of all time. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, yeah, because it's fucking Disney. Of course, you're gonna go crazy. How much you need?
He goes crazy all the time. He does the Dune soundtrack.
Hey, you talk about that's two great franchises to be a part of. But I'm saying everything in between all them, it's like it's a hit, it's a miss. He'll come back like he just did the Dune soundtrack. They was gonna get somebody good regardless. All right, cool. You can go after him, but at the same time, go after that old bastard. I think his name is John Williams. That did 007.
John Williams.
Yeah, they could.
That man is 80 years old. John Williams is 145 years old,
and he keep fucking going, and he get nominated, and then it's like, damn, bro.
That was first of all, that nomination was a joke because who cared about the Indiana Jones movie? We didn't even talk about it.
But he getting nominated. He winning.
I mean, we didn't have a show at the time because we didn't even talk about it personally. I didn't even ask you like, what did you think of the Indiana Jones movie? Because I didn't watch it.
It was shit.
See,
that's what I think.
And they were like,
there goes my review.
It was a legacy nomination.
But he keep getting legacy. He been getting legacy nomination for 50 years now.
They nominating Roger Deakins for years, and they finally gave him one. He's the greatest cinematographer of the last 20 years.
You got a point, but still, it's like, bro, you got to start giving up. I mean, they don't need it because the checks is good enough. Fuck a nomination.
Martin Scorsese only has one Best Director Oscar.
He gonna win next year for that Jesus movie that's coming out.
Oh
no, for that Jesus movie that's coming out, he gonna win because it's an hour and 40 minutes.
He made 2 Jesus movies already.
Well, it's just what did we just talk about?
Jesus movie where Jesus was fucking and they got mad about it.
Huh?
Yeah, the Passion of the Christ is like Jesus has sex in this movie, and they're like, "That's not our Jesus," and he's like, "It's a fictional book. It's not even about the Bible. Someone took the Bible, like, let's make it more fictionalized."
Wait, you said the Passions?
The Passion of the Christ? No, not the Last Temptation of Christ. My apologies.
And that Jesus was fucking?
Apparently, that's one of the few movies I haven't seen. But yeah, the whole point of that movie was like,
title number 2.
That's why he cast Willem Dafoe as Jesus.
That little bastard fucking Smeagol. He be getting fits off. Now everybody's starting to recognize that, bro. He been doing that since Boondock Saints, getting fits off. He was in that movie. Other than that scene where he got marked out, he was getting fits off because I don't want to talk about that scene. That was disturbing.
Okay.
How he got to the front door? Pause. Anyhow, that one conjure. But yeah, who's some evil Canadians? But a lot of them seem to be evil these days. That's why their heads are moving like that. Jim Carrey's probably the nicest Canadian ever.
Nope, I think he's evil too. Remember, there's that story about him and one of his ex-girlfriends. So we'll leave it at that.
They ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah,
he played the French. Oh, the Grinch. So yeah, he might be evil because he played the
Yeah,
Grinch.
see? Yeah.
Bret Hart.
Bret Hart is definitely an evil Canadian.
No, he a real one. Cause me and you talked about it, bro. I'm with that energy. Let's get it, bro. He the real. Let's get it, bro. Cause he like,
no.
I don't fuck with you. He'll never stop responding to something you did to him 20-some years ago. That's real energy. Like,
fair enough. That is fair enough. Yeah. But then he's a
difficult worker. And, he hurt me pretty bad.
Dylan Brooks, I say, is an evil Canadian.
I was about to say something wild.
I'm trying to think.
Justin Bieber is very evil. Great artist.
Yeah.
He look evil now. I don't know. 25 slapped the shit out of him.
There's just that thing, like the whole Quavo Chris Brown thing. I'm like, Chris Brown has looked evil since the moment I saw him. This is even before they were out. I think he just had that look of like evil, like how the anime villains when they smile like evil, like ha. That was Chris Brown from the moment I saw him. That's why I was like, I'm staying away from this guy. So when the Rihanna thing happened, I'm like, see, I knew something was up about this guy.
That's the real verses I want to see because you got a horrible talent being Quavo. I just told Keeks this too. One of the worst rappers, that's Cody's man, but fuck that Honcho Deluxe. One of the worst rappers in history, by far the worst in the Migos, because God rest his soul. Takeoff was by far one of the best rappers. So you got one of the worst and one of the best rappers I ever heard being Takeoff, who's no longer with us, which is still bothers me. And then Offset cool, but at the same time, he wants to be Michael Jackson. Yeah, well, the mother.
That's just so funny to me. No, I know that's just the crazy thing of all time. This would be like if you were it almost this is like Eddie Edwards. Like Eddie Edwards was a great technical wrestler in Ring of Honor, and then he took that injury at Impact, and then he became like a deathmatch wrestler. I'm like, why did this happen? Like, why are you all deathmatch guy? But again, it changes in circumstance. But
is that when you knew too? But Tristan said when excusing this happened. Is that when you knew? Yo, he talking about yo. Did you know then at that point as well?
But anyway, continue.
No, I'm saying, when did you realize he was evil? Because this is what I love. Yeah, because now I'm starting to realize this is why I love podcasting.
Just the way because I never as he was coming up again, I didn't follow music like that. I know him being in Stomp the Yard was a big thing, and that's why, and them killing him 5 minutes into the Stomp the Yard is just amazing to me because it's like,
I think Eve said that. He was like, I know why they shot him.
Because he's from Virginia, right?
Well, besides that, yeah, that's a big fact. I don't know who behind Public Enemies right now. I don't know if it's our brother from the Bay.
No, I think it's
Ben.
I think it might be.
Whoever. I'm gonna disrespect Virginia. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a damn. Oh, disrespect Virginia. But you know who should get? Oh shit! I don't think I could say that. You know who should get? How do I say this? Who should really get the gimmick pulled on them in real life is his man's songbook. Yeah. Go ahead. Somebody need to go ahead.
My God, jeez.
Goldberg kick him.
Well, that's the thing. It's like a whole lot of stuff is happening, and first of all, Drake was taking forever to respond to. So as much as you're being mad at Kendrick, we were all right to be mad at Drake because. But what I was telling you, Drake was playing the long game of I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to act like I'm high above it, all that. And I thought that was smart strategy. So for him to come out with the song last week, and there was the whole, it's AI, it's not real. And then of all things last night, he drops the AI song, which I'm like, but what I've been saying, and this ever since we started, I'm like, the Drake we see really since 2020 is an actor. That's been my theory the whole time, is he's just acting not as Drake, but as whatever Drake should be. That's why I think since Scorpion and the fallout of all that, it's all persona now. I don't think any of it is genuine when it comes to him as an artist. Not to say the songs are all manufactured, but certain elements of them are more than ever. And it all really clicked with me. And this has been my big conspiracy theory. And I talked about this on Graham on Sheep Show when I went on that one time about what CLB was and then the CLB we got, because it was supposed to come out January 2021. He pushes it till October of 2021, and it's more Kanye centric and focused, which always confused me. And like I said, my theory the whole time was he made a retaliation album to Kanye and got a whole bunch of Kanye inspired features, Jay-Z, Travis Scott, Kid Cudi, etc., to fight back against those guys. So whatever album he's going to make now will be interesting to see. Like, is he going to go at J. Cole now? Like I said, I don't think he will at Future. The Rick Ross thing is interesting because he kind of was do the Meek Mill thing. Like, he had to step aside from Rick Ross, but then they linked back up when everything was all good a few years ago. But now and no one's going to care about Meek Mill after, again, they're picking on him. I keep just seeing the get up, like, and that shit be pissing me off. Like,
yeah, it's a drop on the podcast too.
God. But it's just like,
right, get up, right.
It really is just like Drake against the world now more than ever. But I think we all knew this day was going to come because I think people linked up with him for what we saw with J. Cole, which is if you want a hit, if you want a number one, if you want instant success, you got to go to this guy. The charts work in his favor, whether that's all the hard work he did. But then also at this point, things become automatic. Like, any song he does can go to number one. It doesn't matter how good or bad it is. And that's all an interpretation of what's good and what's bad. The song last night, it's what do you think of this song with AI Tupac and AI Snoop Dogg? I want to hear your thoughts on it.
He's very calculative. I don't know if that's the word. With everything that he does, I think with him,
or calculated, yeah,
calculated. And I've heard a podcaster say that, known rap podcaster say that, because it's like, bro, like, it's kind of, I wouldn't say genius. It's very maniacal because I'm not gonna ask Snoop to do this because K-Dot, that's one of his favorites, and then obviously Pac isn't with us anymore, the real GOAT. So let me just get the AI, and it's like he put their verses first, and it's like, all right, you're gonna listen to this because it's very scary how this AI shit is. Now it's like I'm playing on. They thought that last song was AI. This one I'm actually gonna get two legends and make it AI.
Again, leaning into it, like you said, very maniacal, very like they thought the last one's AI. I'm gonna show them this AI shit, and like using the getting dead Tupac. That's like, damn, you must be evil to do some shit like that just to be like,
right? Because the Paper Butterfly, he had some audio from Tupac, so it's like years later, you doing that to be like, see, I made this interesting when
call
you
him a bitch for me. Like, he's talking to him like he's Jor-El, like, Kal-El, my son. Like,
that's what I'm saying. That's some evil shit.
Yeah,
like, bro, to actually be able to do it, and he got like prestige AI. Because I'm like, shit, you could have fooled me. I thought Tupac was.
It sounds good until like the words, until you can tell that the cadence and the flow is Drake. Like he's still bending words in a Drake rhythm. But it'd be like if Tupac was doing spoken word Drake, I guess.
Yeah, but he did. Yeah. That's probably on purpose too, because again, everybody in the past month, even before this came out, being that K-Dot verse, everybody was like, "To Pimp a Butterfly's ass is born." It's all that. Like, that's one of my favorite albums ever. But I understand why people would say that.
Do you remember when we talked about it the one time? I had said it came out, I listened to it, and I said, not for me. And
that's what everybody said.
And what I meant was like, I can't understand music like this because I've never heard music like this. I didn't even mean not for me, like it's trash. I meant like I can't, like the jazz won't click with me. It's not like, oh, it's too black for me or anything like that. Like, just musically, this isn't in my wheelhouse. So I can't properly respect it or hate it, because that was my whole thing, is like I can't properly appreciate it or give like, oh, this is trash, go back to what you. I understand he was trying to do something different. That's what I think threw me off. But I was like, it still sounds like someone who cares and knows how to make music at the end of the day.
Yeah, but that's what people said. They basically said like, either they really love it like I did, or they don't understand it and they like, it's still good, but it's not for me. And then it's very depressing. It's a depressing ass album too. Like, we're not gonna sit up here and act like it's like, you know, sunshine and rainbows. Like, it's perfect for how it looks outside right now, especially
I mean,
when
I
you listen
like
to
All
Drake like
Right
that.
again, because and he performed it. That's one of my favorite Super Bowl performances of all time. Is him doing All Right. But yeah, but again, it's a depressing song when you're like going along like, oh my god, like what am
Yeah,
I?
we gonna be all right. Yeah. Like, bro, that's what. So it's like it's not the most peaceful album. It's like, all right, Mobb Deep's Infamous album. It's great, but it's fucking depressing too. And it's like, damn, y'all only like 21, bro. The one that got Shook Ones on it. Like, I know you've heard Shook Ones, but throughout the whole album, it's very like a New York. It's got to be raining or it's got to be gloomy outside album. To Pimp a
Oh,
Butterfly is that. The problem is, dog, when it's like gloomy outside in LA, you still can go to the beach and kind of get your mind right. But this shit is like, damn, I go to the beach. Am I still a nigga? That's all you say when you go. Am I still black? Do the cops hate me? That's how that album feels. Am
yeah,
I in Compton? The lowrider is great. I don't want to be here. Compton. Yeah, so I understand what you mean by that.
that's why I thought it was funny when J. Cole had to be like, I apologize to Kendrick Lamar because I don't want this to escalate into something further. I'm like, I know Kendrick Lamar has a background, but I'm like, I think this guy's past those days because he's a musical artist. He's a musical genius. Like, to make the music he wants to make, no one else is really experimenting like that in rap. As much as people want to say they are, they're not, because no one can come up with a sound that gets. I think that's why he gets hated on, because it's like, what's this guy trying to do? It's not dissimilar to the Beyonce thing of like, people like, this isn't country. I'm like, this is country to her. And this is probably what country could be, if we're being honest. It doesn't have to be stereotypical. My truck and my truck and my truck going, no. Like, it doesn't have to be all that if you incorporate all these other elements. And I think the beef again with Drake is he never.
By the way, I saw a Dolly Parton shirt earlier, because there was two shirts I got to go back and get. But it was a Dolly Parton shirt I saw earlier. I said, shit. If I get that, they might say that's actually on brand with Banks. But I was like, damn, that was a fine ass white woman.
Yeah.
Jolie.
But Drake doesn't experiment as much as he did. But again, when he experimented, people were like, he's just copying the sound for his own use. He's stealing Afrobeat. He's stealing dancehall. He's adopting these accents with like this. And again, it's almost like the Beyonce thing. Like, so I can't try to make different sounding music. You want me to make the same music over and over and then say, but you already say that's not good music, which is the sad boy rap shit that I've been doing. Go cry in the corner of the club. Wah, wah, wah. Like, that's why their beef is so funny, because they're two guys who are literally on the opposite sides of the track going at it. And it's like one, and everyone's saying like, oh, Drake couldn't make To Pimp a Butterfly and Kendrick couldn't make Views. I'm like, yeah, I don't, and they shouldn't. Like, you know, why try to force yourself doing something you can't?
I think K-Dot could have did a Views.
I think so.
He definitely could have did Views. But it just, he can't do pop track.
Yeah.
Yeah. He can't just do pop track. And that's the thing. Like, people said if it's just some rap shit, then obviously, which is supposed to be, I mean, then Kendrick could get him.
Soundtrack. So yeah, he probably can.
Yeah. So it's like, if they were just rapping, of course Kendrick could get him. But the problem is he ain't rapping. What I keep telling B that. That's the whole point. That's the point of this conversation. You're supposed to be rapping. But at the same time, if you want to do hits, which kind of matters more than being lyrical miracle, I think that matters more. Then obviously you got Drake as an advantage. Because the thing is with Drake, people have always tried to put an asterisk next to him. Something Wayne said isn't telling. Wayne is one of my favorite rappers ever, but he did say this. In fact, he said, you know, it's because Drake light skinned. So that's why people be trying to find reason to talk about him. But it's like, it's real. Like, if he didn't look, pause, the way he looked, people wouldn't mind it as much. But the guy is kind of a cheat code guy. You got somebody that's mixed, so it's marketable. He got the, you know what I mean? He looked like a nicer version. And I mean by nice, not maniacal, looking like Rudy Gobert, because Rudy Gobert is another one. Like, this motherfucker's demented. All right. Something wrong with him. He got a long ass head. Pause.
No, I was gonna say
He looked like the Planters man with a beard.
No, I agree. Because I was talking to Kiki the other day about like I'm not rooting for the USA team in the Olympics this year, but I'm definitely not rooting for the French team either.
Well, you better not, because they're gonna get their ass beat by 50.
But we'll talk about it next time. But I agree. Like it's that whole like Drake was created in a lab to be the poster boy of what the poster boy of what modern rap was supposed to be or could be. Like someone who is, like you said, marketable and has the talent, and
he can actually rap.
Yeah, and it's that thing where it's not too phony to where this is why he's been on the top so long pisses people off, because ask where's Lil Baby at? Where's Da Baby at? Where's Roddy Ricch at? Where are the newcomers at that were supposed to take the throne from these guys? They're not around. And who are the ones starting up? I mean, you and Eve could probably say 20 guys who are the ones up and coming to be the next sound of the 2020s, but
ain't no sound, brother. Hip hop is dead.
But that's the thing. It's hard to say because music itself isn't genre specific anymore, and I think it's because people got tired of being classified. And this is the Drake thing. I'm an artist. I'm not just in the rap category. I make pop music too. It's they want to classify me and put me in the box. And I think it gets to when people like Post Malone and Taylor Swift, and in terms of like people who make the one type of music and then they want to experiment with the other type of genre. Like I want to make pop country now.
Wait, hold on. What you mean? Tay was doing the pop music, then she did country, like you just said.
And she did country first and then went to pop, and now she wants to come back and do like, and then she tried to do like that alt rock sound, that quiet alt rock sound, and now it's back to pop and country. Like that now I'm not gonna have any shoes on, I'm gonna sit on the stool, strum my guitar, be so genuine bullshit. But it's the same like the Post Malone thing of like I'm gonna make it to the big time by rapping on these trap beats and then show everyone I want to be a rock star. But really what I've been wanting to do is make country music that has those two previous sounds blended into it. And that's an argument I was saying, like music these days, it doesn't have to be genre specific anymore because we're able to do more because we've learned more. The technology is there, and artists have been influenced by 80 years of sound at this point.
But you know who started all this, right?
Who?
And he was right when he was talking about Young Thug, Future, and all these other people, Kid Cudi, all that. Kanye.
Yeah. But and that's why I'll always say My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is my favorite album, because I've never, and people be like, well, that's not a real rap album. But I've never heard an album sound like this before.
Right.
Because people get mad to say like, it's not, it really shouldn't be a rap album. I'm like, well, to me it is. And then it has some of the best production of all time. It's the best production I've ever heard.
But then they start hailing fucking Yeezus. Like I don't like Yeezus, but everybody and their mama still talk about Yeezus. I don't, but I understand, because that really was at a point like everybody's like, oh shit, we don't have to make a gender specific type album. That's what it was. So when Yeezus came out touring, went to a whole nother level that I never went to before, that didn't Watch the Throne. And then from then on, everybody has done something different. Dare I say, 808 and Heartbreak started the no genre thing.
Yeah. Well, it really started.
That changed music forever.
No, you're right about that, because it really did start. More than anything, it was the sounds more important than the bars, is what it was. And I think that's what pissed people off, is like you're saying, like you can get away with having weak bars because your production's so good. But I guess that kind of goes back to Dre in a way, of having his bars written for him and his flow being okay, but his production was top notch compared to anyone else's because he was the one doing it. But again, and he made 2.5 albums.
Well, that's why he overrated. Great ear, but he's always had other cooks in the kitchen. So when people start that whole Dr. Dre conversation, I could really break it down. Like me and Dot had a conversation. I'm putting Quick over him. If we just go LA, I'm putting Alchemist over him, DJ Battle Cat, DJ Quick, And that's just LA in general, as far as producers. Daz, I'm putting over him. Like I can go to other regions and put them tall in other regions over Drake. But if you want to say like, far as if we want to do the whole listing, far as the best producer, hip hop, non rap genre, I'm going Timberland. I think Timberland is the most, probably the best producer since Quincy Jones, in my opinion. It's like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, and then you go Timberland. And then if you want to keep it rap, I guess if we got to do that genre, then we go with Kanye because of what we're talking about right now.
But to the point you said about Dre, of like, there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen. That's literally every Kanye album, not just on the features, but on the production and not just the samples. It's he's coming up with something, and then someone else is helping him alternate, and then someone brings something new that he incorporates, and then he'll add a feature to it. That's like that 3-album stretch of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Watch the Throne, and Jesus is all like, this is a team, not one man's vision. This is a team, and not just any team. It's a league at this point. Like but who's all here? Everyone.
I understand that because he just did it. I mean, he's been doing that since then, but he started to do the stems type production where I got other people. Like Dre just had Mailman. There's no disrespect to Mailman, but with Kanye, no person could do all that by themselves as far as how that shit sounds. So it's orchestrated more so than ever. And then I think
with trying to say the whole DOC thing was like, without DOC, how much of Dre would have been what he was, right? Or like if DOC never had what happened to him, they would have had a battle potentially.
Yeah, because DOC actually wrote his rap, and I'm not against the whole writing your own lyrics thing. Like I don't care, bro. Like Michael Jackson didn't write "Can't Help It." His cousin being Stevie Wonder, that's a shoot cousin. They the real bloodline. The Wonder, and the Jacksons, that's the real bloodline. But his cousin wrote that song for him, "Can't Help It," and "Can't Help It" is one of the greatest songs ever made, not just in no genre. Another person that went genreless, being Michael Jackson after Thriller. But again, he didn't write his own lyrics, so I'm not against it. The only person that legit wrote their lyrics was Prince. But that's once in a lifetime. Yeah. Well, he's a lunatic too, but that's all.
There's the control freak element of that, where everything has to be played because I'm playing the drums myself, I'm playing the guitar myself, recording myself. I'm the one man band persona. Yeah,
you'll never get that, and nobody should do that. But it's Prince, and he's a lunatic. And again, if people ever want me to have that conversation on here, that's gonna be 3 hours, literally 3 hours to talk about Prince. But
I just it.
Go ahead.
No, it's the thing, like, because they're also trying to say like the rules of rap beef now. Because I was pissed when Drake went on the shop in 2018 and said there's rules to this when Pusha T said what he said about 40, and I'm like, Tupac literally says and Mobb Deep, don't one of y'all got sickle cell or something? I'm like, there are no rules, okay? There haven't been.
Also, it's Pac, so
again, we all say it every time a rap beef starts, like, that's why I fucked you old bitch, you fat motherfucker. It's like, that's how a song starts.
And then it got darker.
Yeah. And like, there are no rules. I get that people, and this is again, like I always say about how, even though it's not really being PC too much, but when you like, oh, you shouldn't say that, but it's like, don't you know what this is? And I think these guys are realizing that now. I think no one's gonna try to go too extreme and use certain words like they would have back then. But it's
say the word.
Fuck you.
I think the only thing, I think Kendrick might hit that line, brother. He gonna lose that Oliver. He gonna lose that movie. He gonna lose that movie deal, but he might hit that line.
Maybe that's why he hasn't responded. He's writing this movie, so
but still put that aside and rap. That's the whole point of this whole conversation.
But like I said, but like we've been talking about, this is Brock Lesnar. Dun 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 dun. dun. You want it?
And what would Brock do? So Samoa Joe talk shit. He got in his face. When they was yelling back and forth.
Joe was beating. Don't forget, Samoa Joe was beating his ass too. That was the one time where Brock was like, "What the fuck's happening here? Someone's beating my ass!" Like that's why that feud was so good. He's just,
so is Drake
like,
Sloppy Joe? Pause.
No. Drake has to be like when Seth Rollins beat him because he was just like low blow, curb stomp, curb stomp, curb stomp, curb stomp. Like, come on, stay down. Like,
damn, he might be Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
The cash in happened. The cash in happened in 2015 when Back to Back came out and charged up. After To Pimp a Butterfly came out, Kendrick did his role.
We're not doing that whole cover because that's too hard to have. But again, I'm not.
No, but it's kind of easy in a way if you think about it, because if this guy's supposed to be, and we don't, need to do that all the time, because I do that often, but everything is wrestling as you see right now. But definitely, if you were to ever say, and we can't say, well, kind of with the work ethic, no disrespect, because I love my tribal chief. K-Dot is Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins is Drake. I'm out here working while you're doing whatever.
See, I was almost going to flip it because the Roman Reigns thing it's a lot of the same. It was a lot of the same pre-tribal chief, and it's been a lot of the same as the tribal chief. Like, once something works for him, he kind of stays in his lane, like the Drake thing. I think Kendrick would be more Seth Rollins because you go from, the face of the authority, the generic baby face, the Messiah, the Joker clown that he is now. Like that Kendrick Lamar, like he's kind of had these phases of experimenting, I guess, right?
Elton John.
Yeah.
They both wear big ass clothes too. So yeah, he said the generic baby face. When you talking about when he was the IC champ.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a dark time. Then he became tag champ with Dean Ambrose.
3-year run. Yeah, that almost 3-year run where he was just like, I'm Seth frickin' Rollins. Yeah, like
doing the same thing he was doing now, except for he had multiple titles. Okay, let's get it, bro.
Yeah. I think that'd be him if we'd have to say it, but like at the end of the day, it's still gonna be Kendrick over Drake. Like you said, in a lyrical miracle battle, no one's as good as Drake can be. And again, that's what push up shows. Is like when this guy wants to rap, he can. Because look at the entendres, and like Drake said at the end of the shitty AI song. I don't think the AI song is good. I just think it's a clever move of like, fuck you. Yeah. The two guys flipping each other off across the street. It's a clever move to that of like, I'm coming. I got something for you.
It was another like. It was exactly a week later, and he like, "What you gonna do?" He's just saying, "What you gonna do?" And then he said that basically at the end of the song.
Mm-hmm.
So I like it because even if the song is trash, he like, all right, I ain't really got to keep rapping because this dude not taking.
Oh, he knows it's not good. Yeah, he himself isn't trying to say like, "Look at this." I mean, I even think the Rick Ross song is kind of good, to be honest. Like, because it is kind of like.
Well, everybody know I'm a mark for Ross anyway, but I love this song because he wasn't towards the end. He wasn't even like. That's when he started talking about him. But in the beginning, he was just rapping. He was just being lyrical miracle. And then that's at the end. He was like, "Oh shit, I gotta talk about Drake." Okay, cool. Let me just start talking about you. But it's always Rick Ross ad libs, even when he on IG. That makes his shit funny and clever because he think about shit to disrespect you, like white boy. White boy, like, bro, what? You got them abs. That's why you dressing like that.
He was watching the Rock Cody Rhodes angle. He had to be because white boy going on. There's just a whole lot of intertwining. And people were playing the Rick Ross. The Rock? Yeah. I haven't seen it in a while, but I do remember looking at it. Yeah.
The funniest thing ever is Ric Flair and Rick Ross talking.
But again, see, like they were saying, he was making fun of Drake for having surgery. It's like, bro, didn't you have the lipo? No way he lost all that. No way he lost all that natural. Come on.
Wait, that actually happened, Davis?
What?
He actually said this?
I don't know. I don't watch those segments.
What? He called him what? BBL Joey? Huh?
I mean, I did see the next day where some Mojo said, "I'm gonna do you worse than a Diddy party" or something like that.
Huh?
Yeah, and I was like,
"What the fuck going on in AEW?
I mean,
what type of games y'all play? Did the Ass Boys come out? No, Diddy saw the Ass Boys. Brother, if he saw them, what's my guy? The Acclaim? If he saw the Acclaim,
okay,
brother.
Okay. Stop the damn match. Cut the mic. Cut it. I'm doing
He'd be out there like Rick Steiner.
I'm gonna do Money in the Bank 2011.
Yeah, no, that match.
Get Del Rio out here. Get Del Rio. Go. We're into it. Get Del Rio.
Tomorrow, if he see that match wherever he is, yeah, he gonna lose his mind.
Wherever
Rick Ross is like I think that might be right. Like, this ain't really got nothing to do with you, but you gonna say something to get the promo over.
Well, that's the thing. It's literally just like a 6-person shootout, and they're all camped out in different towers. It's like, but and like even the people who are alive are only really alive.
Shootout like.
Good.
You're saying it's Fortnite or this Call of Duty?
It's probably more Fortnite due to all the comedy, if we're being honest. Again, this is jokes and jokes and jokes and jokes. Like,
that's why I like it. But it takes Ross when he pissed off at people. Well, he funny in general, but when he really pissed off somebody, he makes the shit. Like when he was talking about DJ Envious, like, bro, him and 50.
He went at him for days. Somebody said, I didn't like it. Wasn't it like day or 4? People were like, oh my God, enough already. We get it. Like,
it's like somebody said it'll be annoying to beef with them because they keep talking like, damn, bro, all right.
That's why I'm already kind of over the Rick Ross part where it's not going to be a beef, because you can't fight a comedian, because at the end of the day, if it's all jokes, then what you say when it's serious won't matter to me, because how am I going to believe you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, when does the bit end and you want to be real? That's the thing. I can't take people who say it's a bit when they want to be serious all of a sudden.
Right. And with Ross, he gonna keep on just trolling, like, bro, all right.
No, he's literally LeVar Ball, where it's the thing where, like, I'm going to say the most outrageous things that are comedy, but I'm going to believe them. But then when I have to say something real, pay attention to me. It was like, why should I? All you've said is nonsense and jokes.
Right. Like, even Drake, he ain't say nothing else about Rick Ross. He was like, all right, bro, at this point, it's kind of pointless. Yeah. Now, he might say something again later on. I don't follow him on social media. And I just barely found out about this AI thing this morning because Snoop, I found out because of Snoop, because he was like, he was laughing about it like, okay. He basically said okay without saying okay.
It would have been funny if he was like, when did I do this? When did I, like,
hey,
have I been that high? I do this song? Yeah, have I been that high? I can't recall recording of, like, God damn.
But also, he could be laughing like, bro, why you just didn't ask me to get on the song?
No, he knows what. Come on. That's why this is a genius move, because he'll go to Snoop Dogg be like, fuck no, I'm not doing that. And then it'll be like Drake's a loser. He can't even get a feature. But it's like, it's the thing where I say, like, Dark Side of the Ring, like, you can't take Dark Side of the Ring when they're like, Ric Flair declined our interview request about the playing Art from Hell. You mean Ric Flair wanted to talk to you about what he's being accused of doing? Come on. You think Ric Flair's like, oh, you want to interview me about that? Yeah, I'll show up and be asked about that. Like, come on.
That's why Dark Side of the Ring getting people that see the dark right now. They keep going with dead people because they like, yeah, we ain't got to.
They got no ideas.
Well, that, and they got it like, bro, Brian Adams. I seen that one. Fuck. It was a couple other people that passed away, unfortunately. I watched the Brutus Beefcake one I sent you yesterday, day before yesterday. I was like, yeah, day before yesterday. I said, bro, I had no idea that was him the whole time in NWO.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't know that until at some point when I'm like, because they kept calling him the disciple, and I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know who that is. But again, I never saw it in real time in the 90s anyway. But when I try to watch back those nitros, I'm like, who was this guy? And I look it up and it's like Brutus Beefcake. I'm like, that's not Brutus Beefcake. He's ripped. Look at him. Like,
he went through a metamorphosis.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro. And then I remember playing as him in WCW Nitro on the PS1. I think that was the game where they'll stand. Like, if you don't remember this before your time, but anybody in the chat that remember that on the PS1, when you'll go to somebody before selecting them, they'll cut a promo. Like, Stevie Ray,
I've seen those videos though. Yeah.
Yeah, Steve Ray. I hit you with
It's
the slapjack.
showtime.
Yeah. So I remember that shit. So I played as him and I played against him. I'm like, shit, that was him the whole time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know until the couple days ago. So
No, that's what's so crazy about it. Like, yeah, I mean, that's the wonders of HGH.
Yeah, but he had the Colano AGH where it can make you cut.
Yeah,
he had the original Tiger Blood.
Yeah,
Manny Pacquiao shit.
That's how I was like, who's this guy who's in better shape than Hogan right now?
I'll be honest, his wife though, with all due respect,
his current wife or at the time?
Current. I seen when they showed her when she was younger. I said, "Damn." I mean, you know.
Okay, all right.
That's a fine ass white trash.
Okay.
You ever seen Diamond Dallas' first wife?
Kimberly? Yeah, I just can't. She was in the 40-Year-Old Virgin. She's the woman whose boob pops out when he's on the speed date.
She still look good. She's 60-something years old. She still look good. I'm like, hold on, bro. Where y'all finding these type of females
Not
at?
all white women age poorly. It's just more common, I'd say.
Well, these must have. Well, with his wife, she must have had a good heart because she still look young. Like when people just found out, they was like, shit, what's our guy from The Devil Wears Prada, our girl from Devil Wears Prada?
Anne Hathaway?
Yeah, people like, she 41. I'm like, yeah. Some of them just they age well. Yeah, some of them age well for the genetics and they probably just do right.
Yeah, that's like if you ain't, it's really the smoking. I think the women who aged poorly that were white either did a lot of drinking or a lot of smoking, which is why when I talk about
the Texas white women.
Which is why I said when I was watching The Idol last year, I'm like, this is a 20-year-old woman smoking a cigarette in every scene. I would not be around her. I don't care if she's a hot pop star. You smoking a cigarette every hour on the hour, I'm out of there.
You talking about Johnny Depp's daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah, why everybody keep talking about her? I ain't seen her.
No, just for the show, I was like, her character, I was like, I don't care if you're the biggest pop star in the world. I'm not going to be around the cigarette smoke 24/7.
You know, I never stopped talking about that show. Maybe that's why Drake dissed him. But you know, I never stopped talking about that show because it's actually I've said it before when it first came out. I have no intention of watching it. But basically, I've said it before, people, but I'll say it again. This is the only time I recycle material. It's just his fetish show. He came out with this because he got a fetish. People was like, it's not good. I'm like, yeah, because you can see the fucking play.
The creative vision, like art, like artistically, what they were trying to do camera wise and all that was good. Because that's the thing, like Sam Levinson has has talent behind the camera. He knows how to direct things. But like you're saying, him and The Weeknd, they get too lost in their creativity, which is a lot of fetish stuff. And that's why it was like, when it was announced, I'm like, oh, this is going to be something crazy. And it turned out to be crazy. But it was also like, not a letdown, but it's also at the same time, it was very tame, but also like, it's more so saying than doing, you know what I mean? Because they get too afraid to show. So you just got to say more, because it was the same thing with 50 Shades of Grey as the movie. It's like, oh, it's a letdown compared to the book. It's like, well, they can't just make the book. That's called porn. Like, you know, like.
That wasn't porn?
In the movie? No. Shit.
I heard that's what it was. That's all it was about.
When you watch the movie, it's just like, oh yeah, there's a lot of nudity and stuff, but it's like, when you think about it based off the description, like I expected more, to be honest. But that's what I mean. Like you're making something that's a big deal, not a big deal. That's the thing with like, or like I gotta go back to the 90s conversation about what's crazy and what's crazy. Like what's real violence and like what's the hardcore violence in terms of like for action movies, like the whole like you can't like an action movie for PG-13 can get away if there's no blood and no headshots. That was one of the problems that Matthew Vaughn had with Argyle that I talked about. But like, is that more extreme than what certain other PG-13 action movies can do? Like in Star Wars, they can cut off limbs. That's kind of more frightening than seeing someone bleed. Like Darth Maul gets literally cut in half.
Yeah.
Anakin Skywalker gets all but one limb taken off. Like,
and he didn't even look like himself.
Yeah.
Motherfucker turned to Freddy Krueger.
But that's all those things of like, yeah, like the rule and all that.
That happened?
Yeah, it's the whole like, how do we? I'll tell you to watch it. Like I said, like it was a show. It has a great. Again, she won the Oscar this year. Divine Joy Randolph. She's the best part of the show. So that's not a surprise that she won an Oscar for her performance in The Holdovers, because she plays I can't remember if she's her PR person or her manager, but she's great on the show. And Hank Azaria is great on it. They're the best parts of the show. Like there's some good performances, except The Weeknd. Like I said, his acting is. I compared it to Conor McGregor's when the Roadhouse trailer came out. I'm like, we're gonna see The Weeknd and the Idol level of acting of like this person has no idea what they're getting himself in for. But
yeah,
that's a whole nother conversation. But it's you like you brought it up earlier. Like Kendrick Lamar is having a movie with the guys from South Park, and I'm like, that's it. And when you were talking about that, I'm like, that's a dream. That's a genius combination, to be honest. Like his way of thinking and their way of thinking. And if I remember correctly, it's supposed to be a black guy that's dating a white woman, finds out her ancestors owned his ancestors. So it's going to be like a real like trippy ass movie. As we had talked about last. So yeah, we did talk about, because that was the news that came out of CinemaCon. But I think he's just busy with that, because are him and Drake really going to go round for round?
Like, no, it's already done.
Yeah.
But dude ain't said nothing. Again, y'all got to stop putting y'all trust in counter people. That's how it started. It's already done. He hasn't said nothing. All this mysterious shit, bro. You got to say something at least. You got to say a project coming. But he like to do that old surprise drop shit. All right, cool. But you still got to rap. Then he'd be like, all right, an album about to come out. Like, do the Heart Part 6. Do something like that, like you usually do when the album about to drop, and then drop a project, and then cool. But you got to say something, and you ain't saying shit. Like, bro, you just got to say, because you started this. Like, bro, that's the whole thing. Like, we know y'all been having problems for 10 plus years, but you started this. You don't throw a stone and hide your hand.
I don't even think it's that, because like he started it because the chess move of Metro Boomin. That's the whole thing, where like it's so multi-layered, because people keep posting these videos of like cartoon Drake yelling at cartoon Kendrick, yelling at cartoon Rick Ross, yelling at cartoon Metro. Like it's all like, again, like he said, it's a 20v1. Like this is like, that's why he posted the Kill Bill image. Like he's fighting the crazy 88 by himself. But if you're Kendrick, you're like, I was just doing someone else's bidding. But yeah, I'll finish this guy, I guess. Like,
what you say?
Like he's doing someone else's bidding, but come on, don't do that. Like he'll.
What you say?
Like, at the end of the day, I think he could probably. I don't know. Story of Adidon was like frightening when I heard it. That was like, oh my God. That was the Conor McGregor got choked out by Nate Diaz to me. Of like,
I thought you were about to say Khabib.
No, because like I said, when I watched the Khabib fight, I'm like, this is a guy who's a drunk and who didn't train properly, and thought he could just walk in and knock this guy out if he threw his left hand. But the whole time, Khabib was like,
I'm a drunk.
The whole time he was like, I'm just going to punish the guy. And I give credit for Conor for lasting as long as he did in that fight. I don't know. Again, tonight is Haney versus Garcia. And I've just been, how you get on the scale and drink a beer at the same time? Like, and I love it. Wait. Bro. So you're all in now.
Yeah, that'll be when we get to the go home segment.
Well, it is right. I mean,
well, we basically there. All right.
Yeah.
That fight tonight, because of course, when I don't have to work, I'm still gonna work. So after we done with this, I'm about to start recording as usual. But that's cool because these games come on tonight, bruh. I will stop the Lakers. 60. Nobody want to watch 56. That damn True TV game. That's what I'm saying. Cool. This is a perfect time. Let's get it, bro. I don't want to see that shit. That shit need to be
this. Yeah, this is
back in my day. It would have been Thunder. WCW Thunder, then Magic versus Cavs.
Oh, I thought you. No, I thought you were trying to say like Kevin Durant and the Thunder versus Kobe Bryant and the Lakers. This is the Cavaliers and the Magic. Even though, no offense to Paolo and Donovan Mitchell, but it's like Cleveland, Orlando, Someone's gotta win. Like,
yeah, nobody wins. Those cities win.
It's Alien versus Predator. Whoever wins, we lose. So that was the tagline. That's the tagline for the movie. Whoever wins, we lose. That's a great tagline.
We all lost that. Whoever went to see that movie like me, we all.
I never saw any of them. Never saw it.
I lost $10.49.
Jeez. Yeah,
$10.49. So I was like, yes, let's get it, bro. This is a perfect time to record because I don't want to see none of this shit. I don't want to see Bucks versus Pacers because Giannis is out, and then Dame might be out. Don't want to see that shit.
Oh, you mean the real running from the grind? Giannis is out. Oh, damn, oh no, shit.
Well, he actually put out a project recently, more than K-Dot, and I'm not turning on K-Dot, but he actually put a project out.
Hear it.
Me and Tidal.
Anyway, thank you all for tuning in. Get out of here.
Look, he didn't even want to bring me back. Hey,
you want to hear some NBA player? Do. I shoot the ball. Oh, like,
no, he ain't no Curtis Blow level. All right, cool. I will say this, and I told Davis, and I told my boy that watches boxing. Like, I know Davis watched a little bit of boxing, but my other guy, we talk like boxing, bro. When I tell you, this promotion worked for me. Now, Bill, shouts out to the OG Bill, Oakland. What's up? That way, you feel me? He don't like this shit because he from the old school. Yeah, I don't like shit like this, but it's fucking funny and I love it now. I was like, this kid is hilarious. But then I was in tears when he said, he put his hands on me. I'm a man, but I'm a girl, and I identify.
What? That's the thing. It's like like in the past, the whole Ryan Garcia thing is he's had mental health issues in the past. And now it seems like it's resurfaced, but I'm like, and I didn't want to be like it's a work, everything's wrestling aspect of it. Cause I'm like, that'd be too genius to like play mind games to this level and somehow you still win or knock him out. Like, which isn't going to happen. Devin Haney.
It'd be like the Joker.
Yeah. But I just know that Devin Haney is that much more skilled than him to not lose this by any means, to get knocked out, decision, whatever, all that. So Ryan Garcia trying to do like drunken master bullshit is not going to work. No matter if it's an act, if it's for real or what. But just seeing someone get on the scale and drink, it blew my mind of like, wow, I've never seen like, that's real. Like, that's a real villain. Like,
it's worse than Antonio Margarito.
Yeah, the
motherfucker that used to really troll. I think he slapped fucking Sugar Shane Mosley girl on the ass at the press conference. Yeah, it's like this another level, and it's probably because we got social media now. But the thing is, you could look at it like he's trolling, but he doesn't give a fuck, which is trolling people. So to get on the scale, be 4 pounds over, take $1 million hit, like the purse is gonna be up there, but it ain't gonna be $10 million. So for him to take $1 million cut, still gotta pay taxes, still gotta pay his team. It's kind of like, dog, you kind of bold motherfucker to get this over. But I respect it because you have to do anything because we getting Jack Paul versus Mike Tyson with headgear.
Oh, so they did agree to that?
They had to. The fucking kid was gonna die. Literally, it's Mike Tyson.
The fight announcement to me was like, then see, then why? I'm not really a boxing fan. If there's a big fight, I'll pay attention because boxing to me is bullshit.
Because it's not even a big fight tonight. It's just the comedic.
It's a big fight to me in terms of like the promotion of it, of two futures of boxing, and like, I mean, there are way more antics in him versus Tank. Like, and Tank was supposed to be a bigger draw in terms of, but like you're saying, like Tank is going to outclass him to. It's not even in the same class. It's AA baseball versus major league. I know Devin Haney's the same way in terms of on a higher level, but the promotion of this is literally just like Conor McGregor level of like, how crazy can I be? Again, the Mike Tyson zone, as Bill Simmons said, where like, if someone said Mike Tyson did this, Bill Simmons will like, you know what? I'd believe it, because at some point in Mike Tyson's career and life, nothing was off the table in terms of it being a reality.
Right.
And like I'm like Ryan Garcia at this point, like it does seem like a hard left compared to the last fight he had. Again, he was on the straight and narrow. It was a comeback fight after the Tank loss. So to go to this level, I'm like, are you really just trying to psych this guy out? That you show up 3 pounds over, where it's like it was a struggle for you to make that weight last time, and I get it because of dehydration. Like that would fuck anyone up. So making weight for this fight should be easy. But I'm like, so there really is like something's going on then if you can't make 140.
Right.
But it's just my whole thing is like this shows you athletic commissions aren't shit, because how can he pass a pre-fight drug test? How can they not cancel this on the basis of just, you know what, 3 pounds over, we're not going to allow it, even if Devin Haney says fuck it, I'll fight him anyway. Athletic commissions are bullshit. They just want their cut of the gate and their cut of the fighters and all that. So that's why you can't believe in boxing, believe in MMA, because they'll allow a horse like that to happen. Even though I've never liked Daniel Cormier, I did respect when he was like, I'll sign anything to allow John Jones to fight on that UFC 200 show. When Dana White's like, John Jones failed a drug test, and Daniel Cormier's like, I'll sign whatever. I just want him to fight. I want to fight him because he wanted that look back.
But also if you talking about you gonna kill me and do this to my family, hey, let's get it, bro.
No, like I respected Daniel Cormier in that moment because he knew like. Because he said it too, like I trained so hard for this, like I'm like I want this, I'll do whatever it takes. But and Dana White's like the commission won't allow it, and I bet Dana White was like, "Fuck, I would allow it because I'm Dana White, I'm pure evil." Like, so for the promoters to not like call the fight off or anything like that, it just shows like this is why boxing's a shit show. Again, like say like Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson Headgear, then why even fucking do it? It's WWE at that point.
Yeah, it's an exhibition.
Yeah.
Like you had to do that because again, you know what it was.
You want to see a dead body? That's what it would be. If that's even at 60, Mike Tyson is just.
They had to come to the realization. It was like, oh shit, this Iron Mike Tyson. Hey, get the headgear. When they had to realize that, like,
I mean, he already has CT. Yeah, what's he? 25, 26. He already has CT. Based off the way he be talking, man, I don't even know, man.
Yeah, he's just white trash.
I mean, yeah, but still. Speaking of Cleveland,
okay, but yeah, hey, I ain't got nothing bad to say about Cleveland.
What did Joe King know say? You've never heard anyone say I want to go to Cleveland on vacation.
Hey, you know what's funny? He was on the OG's podcast with Mike.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that thumbnail on my YouTube recommends. I'm like, should I check this out? Because I mean, I love Joakim Noah at Florida. I mean, I liked him for the Bulls, even though when they were facing the Celtics. But I mean, Joakim Noah at Florida was like that fucking guy.
He was crazy as shit. Jumping around with the hair, getting the rebound.
Yeah, that's
national champ. Him and Al Horford, and who was that guard?
Corey Brewer and Torian Green.
Yeah, there you go, Corey Brewer. Yeah, I think he won a championship with the Mavs too. If I'm not mistaken, Corey Brewer.
Yeah, he might have been on that ragtag team.
The 2011 team. I think he was. I know he played for the team. I think he actually won a championship.
No, I know he played for the team, but yeah, it was him. Deshaun Stevenson. Karan Butler. Butler was injured, but he was on the team.
Tough Juice. Pause.
Peja Stojakovic. Yeah, no, Tough Juice is a great nickname, but it's TUFF. Tough.
Sean Marion.
Yeah.
Jason Kidd at 50 years old.
JJ Barea.
Jason Kidd is the intergender champion. You know that, right?
Intergender or interracial?
Yes.
Could you repeat the question?
you ever seen them Io Shirai matches at Lucha Underground?
That's okay. He's not the only NBA player to ever do that.
Shit, he ain't the first athlete, bro. Football players do it the most.
Wait, I don't want to go down that road. I don't want to go down that dark.
Because I'm about to say, I shook hands with one of them who was a future Hall of Famer. I don't want to say his name, but he's won a championship with the Rams. And I'll just say that. And it's not Aaron Donald either.
I think he slapped the earth, it would quake.
You know
how the Avatar like stopped, like I think that's what happened.
Yeah, no, he couldn't do that. I'll feel bad if he look how the Rock said we got a problem and he slapped Cody Rhodes. Imagine Aaron Donald doing that to you. Fucking equilibrium is busted. Like, shouts out to one of my favorite podcasts. They said Test slapped him, Shoot slapped him, and he said he was fucking like this.
Well, I think the the Charles Barkley slap was after Charles Barkley got slapped. He's like, maybe I'm misremembering. Like I misremembered. I have to correct. Terry Funk and the "you fucking horse" happened against Chris Candido. It didn't happen against Bret Hart. I misremember because the Laps fan, they talked about too late. It was that late period of WCW where Terry Funk just did whatever the fuck he wanted to.
Which was great. He had the hardcore title, right? He was the first person to have it with Norman Smiley.
Norman Smiley in the football gear.
He bringing out the hockey sticks and shit. Yeah. He Canadian. I forgot he a good Canadian.
Oh, he's supposed to be. It's insane because he's supposed to be black, maybe English, but then Canadian, and then he wrestled like 20 years in Mexico. It's like, is this Drake? Like
he got the, you know who he got? The Lennox Lewis thing. Because Lennox Lewis is Canadian and he British.
And but that makes sense because there's a British province in Canada.
And you just heard what I said about the Jamaican thing too. So yeah, there you go. Call the migration people. Jamaicans, the ones that didn't come to America, they went to London. If they didn't go to London, they go to Canada. Which one is smarter? I don't know.
See, Norman Smiley, born Northampton, England. So
he still got that little afro.
He was born in England, but he moved to Miami as a kid or in the 70s.
He from Kendall? Yeah. He from Kendall, bro.
He went to Miami Beach Senior High School.
Yeah, that's Kendall. I think that's Kendall.
Which is the Miami-Dade public school county, the Miami-Dade County. So yeah.
And then he sound, but the last time I heard him, he sound Canadian.
British.
Yeah.
Well, so the last fan said he did look like Warren Moon, and I'm like, damn, I guess he kind of did.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Them motherfuckers, bro, that's why I love them. Every time you reference them, hey, please do.
No, I always shout out because it's the best podcast I listen to, but they're like, because when he came out with the football gear, I was like, is this Warren Moon having a match? Like,
yeah, that's actually really funny. It's something he didn't have a high top. He just had a little afro.
Yeah. But again, like, technically gifted Norman Smiley going out there having hardcore matches. He had to be like, what have I done? What's been my career? I trained for years in catch wrestling to then get slapped with a hockey stick.
And you know, he sounded like Master Jeffrey too. He was like, I don't understand.
That's probably
why am I doing this? This is such beneath me. Can I do a triangle hold?
It's like, that's the only part I love about Malibu's Most Wanted. He's like, for once, I'd like to play a character that doesn't have to wear these Timberlands with the laces out. A proper character with correct dialect.
Hey, man. Shouts out to him. I think he's still with April Jones, too.
K-Diggs?
Yeah. I think he is still with her. He should have married that woman by now because they look like they enjoy each other's company. And he said, this is the most supported woman since my mom. I said, damn, bro. Yeah, you for sure in love to say that. If you ever hear me say that, Davis, that's how you know. Oh, yeah, hey, man. He went home, brother. It's time to call to go home.
But see, and that's the thing. Like, Drake, there's the reference to Kendrick Lamar's woman. He had referenced Virginia Williams, which is the whole thing. That, again, the Duppy freestyle at the time was great. Because there are no
people's wives is not bad though, because again, we watch wrestling.
But I'm saying you can't cry rules. There are rules. You can't cry rules. And I get what everyone was saying. Like they were getting mad at Drake. They're trying to say like Drake's track was AI at first, like I said, and then he leaned into like, I'll give you an AI track. But not to bring that back because we're like, so we are going home, but it's like, it's like, just leave the women and kids out at the end of the day. Because they ain't doing the shit to get involved. Unless the woman speaking up and saying like, fuck you. Like Rick Ross's wife or baby mama, or whatever. Like
that crazy bitch.
Yeah, I know. What did the guy say on the wrist strap? And Mariah Carey's crazy ass.
Yeah. They need to trade that bitch to Timmy the Tooth for all that. He got her body.
But
you remember that? I love adventures. You don't remember Timmy the Tooth? Oh, that's before your time. Never mind.
Nah. Yeah, last Sunday when we were talking, I was looking up the Fox for the Fox Kids and the WB4 Kids TV lineup. I wanted to look at all the shows that they had over the course of the years. I'm like, damn, some of these shows were great, and some of these shows I don't remember watching.
Yeah, towards the end, was Timmy the Tooth on Fox? I don't remember. I had the VHS, but I know towards the end, it's like we talked about Action Man and shit like that.
Action Man Max Steel. I was like, I forgot the NASCAR racers. That shit was dope. But yeah, Timmy, that might be that scary ass Rugrats episode that had Timmy the Tooth. If that's what you're trying to think of. Remember there was that one scary. Let me look it up.
No, Timmy the Tooth was an actual show. It was like a big ass tooth that was talking.
See, back then they're just like, here's your money for a show.
Yeah, it got over, if I'm remembering, and that was almost 30 years ago. I ain't seen that show in years. Like, I was thinking about the Gummy Bears.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Gummy Bears. I was thinking about that recently.
Oh, that's why. Yeah,
Gummy Bears bouncing in some everywhere. Look, that's how y'all know, Aaron Rodgers. If you want to talk about something, talk about Disney music, because I remember all these damn theme songs and I ain't heard it in 30 years. I know the Gummy Bear song, Tailspin, that's easy. Darkwing Duck, that's easy. But how the fuck do I know deep cuts like the fucking Mighty Ducks thing?
Oh, the Mighty Ducks thing was phenomenal.
Let's go. Let's go.
But the fucking ship coming out of the hockey rink, like the way the Blackbird comes out of the basketball rink in X-Men, I'm like, secret layers. We used to be.
Axl Rose was singing that song. And we gonna break. He sound like Fozzy. And we gonna break the ice.
Okay, no, don't do that to Mighty Ducks. Calling them Fozzy, because again, Chris Jericho bailed on that Battle of the Bands against John Cena in 05. He didn't want. See, that was a beef back then. He didn't want that smoke. He knew Fozzy couldn't compete with the Chain Gang.
Oh yeah, when they had the battle, hey, let's drop that song. And he came out and performed it live. Yeah, I forgot about that shit.
John T was basically coming, what we gonna do? Act a fool. He was basically on that type of vibe back then. Like,
you can't see me, my time is now. Look at that trademark. Like, let's go, bro. He's trying to stop to the ring.
Fozzy's not gonna play John. He's like, we gonna play another song then. Like, he was just like, he was doing the
I'm a bad man. Something so.
Even with the mic, get my hands on my back, man. Even in a fight with my hands on my back, man. Living on the streets all my life, I'm a bad man. And
that's when they was doing the 18.
They should have incorporated Mark Jackson. That's a bad mama. There goes that man. Like,
yeah, if they would wait a couple more years, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you really, is that all you wanted to say, or do you got any more? Because you came in to be like, Randy Moss, just throw me the ball.
That's what it was. You was Dante Culpepper.
You want to be the Randy Moss, 3 catches, 100-something yards, 3 touchdowns.
I remember this game, right? We went against the Titans. So, yeah, no.
That's what it is. That's the extra. We was playing, I think it was Houston, week 8. My hands are hurting that day. So I had them extra taped up, and I still caught that ball.
Hey, bro, I understand where he's from, but if you just close your eyes and you heard him over the phone, Bubba, that's who you be thinking. It's like somebody like that. Or Jason Williams, and ironically, they homies.
Yeah. But your dumb country ass.
Like, country as fuck, bro. Like, shouts out to Jeff Hardy, brother Nero. He on tour right now.
Him and Jeff Hardy linking up.
Yeah, him and Willow doing music. And, bro, my God. Even when he sing, you just hear that fucking North Carolina accent.
Yeah. That's why he has to use the other. That's why I see his auto
problems in my mind. I'm like, dog, what? You can't even sing that shit away. Meanwhile, your fucking brother over here, this pill popper.
Oh my God.
He only sound country on the occasion. How the fuck?
And he's doing the, I don't know where I'm going to sign. Like, who gives a fuck where you're going to sign? I hope no one signs you.
I'm saving that. This was my personal use. I don't even know if I'm posting.
He's literally trying to be like, there are 2 things that have been pissing me off. Matt Hardy being like, I got an AEW offer. I got a WWE offer. I don't know where I'm gonna go. And I'm like, you're 48 years old. Who gives a fuck where you're gonna go? You can't even move. And then
he ain't got no fucking WWE offer. He need to stop capping.
And then I'm mad that every other day there's an Adam Copeland interview. Why are you again? Stop putting a mic in front of this man. He's saying like, I maybe got a year and a half left. No. He said I maybe got a year and a half left. I'm like, you had a year and a half left 10 years ago.
Nah,
so what's been this the last 4 years? Like
this get posted.
The last 4 years.
Bruh.
A year and a half left. I'm like, you're the same age as my dad.
And he's fucking capping, bro. You know he gonna try to wrestle 5 more years. Cause it's AEW, they're gonna be like, I got 10 more million. I got 5 more million for you. That's my best Tony Khan impression. I can do it. Look, we can do it. When they going over, by the way, I meant to send you that clip. I'm gonna say it when I get on Wiretap. Eve, they call me and Davis a madman. That's our former show. Eve fucking said, he said 2 years left to AEW. Who been saying that? And I'm not even mad because that's our family. But who been saying they got 2 to 4 years before they go under? That was I and him. He is I and I and him.
Word to the gangster. What's my motherfucking name? The dog. Nasty dog.
Like,
dog and dog. But no, you said
only it. Like, bro, all right. Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I can see what you're saying. Even though I said I was always more of an NXT fan during that Wednesday Night War, but I'm like, I was rooting for AEW, but I'm like, I can see why they won't last because it's Plaxico Burress. You're shooting yourself in the leg, like, and you didn't even mean to shoot yourself in the leg. That's what it is. But now they are doing it on purpose. Like everything the Young Bucks are doing is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Like to lean in, like that's what Kevin Nash did, and that's why they lost all that money in ratings in '99. And then next year, it'll be full Russo, where like there won't even be matches at this rate. They're like, but no, like they keep like stop interviewing Adam Copeland. He has nothing interesting to say. He hasn't had anything interesting to say for a fucking decade. The best part of the Him and Christian's podcast was Christian.
Well, cap the charisma for a reason, ain't it? Yeah. And the thing is, like, and he's smart. Again, I got cut a 2-hour podcast about Christian Cage, the real double C.
He don't be saying shit. He just shows up to work, like you say.
That's what you're supposed to do. He grab it. What the old heads be saying, you grab your lunch pail, go to work, and go home. Yeah. He like, I'm fucking juicing it.
Yeah. I really got some left in the tank. I think I can help. Versus Edge, like, oh, I'm really enjoying wrestling these days. Oh, it's such an honor to come back and wrestle. Oh, I've always wanted to wrestle luchadors, where it's like, because I've loved watching lucha wrestling. I was watching lucha wrestling. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Like Pentagon blew you up, bro. I seen the match last week. He was,
and not purposely. It was just
right. And this is Pentagon. Like now, Pentagon. Like he can still go. Don't get me wrong, but he ain't flipping over.
No, he knew. Like, he knew this match. Like, I guess I'm working at my slow rate tonight. Like, because him and Jay White, they went balls.
You ain't gonna do that accent.
The Adam what?
Oh, I thought you was about to do the Pentagon accent.
Oh no!
Coming to DC, Adam Copeland, he ain't shit. Like Phoenix could move better than him. Phoenix has hurt a year now, damn near.
Yeah. Oh, God. Because it was the thing. It's the Tony Khan. Like he has a little bit of that. It's been look, but can you wrestle still? I need you to wrestle still. I'm
and
hurt.
They doing this. And they doing it
in the ring. Yeah.
How much? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like old girl fine ass. So my ankles have been hurt for a year now. Like, yeah.
Who?
Her fine ass, blue hair.
Oh, well, she's been working. That's why.
I guess. Never mind.
Oh no! Oh, you mean? No! I didn't talk about Sky Blue for a second. That's why. No, you mean?
Her too. All the blues can get it.
Okay. All right, we know, we know.
Yeah, Chris Statlander got blue now too, so yeah.
No, yeah, the Mercedes thing I've been saying, no, get in the ring at this point. But it's the whole, well, she hasn't been cleared. Then why show up to fucking TV? Again, it's the Al Pacino, don't waste my motherfucking time. Like,
cause she got it. I mean, I don't give a fuck if she never get in the ring. I know they talk about WWE cameras make people look good. She look better in AEW. Maybe I'm tripping. She always look good, but in AEW they gotta look a little bit better.
She's always look good. You're just horny, is what it is. That's all it is.
Okay. You think I watch Naomi matches because she's good?
It's just, she is good. Don't do that. Because I do like when she does that.
No, I just said because she's good.
She does. Yeah.
No, Naomi could work. I'm saying you think I'm watching those matches because she's good. I shouldn't have said solely because she's good. No, I'm looking at that ass.
All right. You know who you have to go up against.
All 20 of these motherfuckers that keep popping out the sewers.
No, you got to go up against Jimmy Uso. I don't have you. I ain't picking
you. No, because it's 20 of these motherfuckers. I done seen this movie before. I went to Gardena High. I know how they work. People think, damn, it's so many Samoans. Y'all not from Cali. Tristan, if you still in the chat, Davis from Cali. If I got to keep doing this, whoever watching from
it was more Tamatongas where I was from, but still, it's just as frightening. Yeah, that is the real same shit.
Polynesian, same thing. They just on the different side.
There was a freshman in a class that was multi-graded. There was a freshman and he was like 6'1", 200 something, and not even like fat, just like leaned out all like. And again, it's like the size of your head is like, damn. Yeah.
Who I talked about last week.
He ran over and punt kicked a guy, and that guy was KO'd for real. So yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, when they fight great.
No. Well, I mean, it was 2 against 1, but that's because the guy brought it on himself. So
that's usually how it is. They don't start shit; they finish it.
Yeah.
In the case of these Samoans in wrestling, they starting all the shit and they finish it.
But this shit legit happened right in front of me. I'm like, it was a real like, sir, could you be a witness to this? I'm like,
Somebody did say I ain't see shit.
No, it was like Randy Orton punt kicked him and then they ran out of the school.
You got to.
It was like,
you going to jail.
Yeah, the other guy was just KO'd on the ground, and it was like, is he even breathing? And I'm like,
he is. Very little.
But anyway,
that guy
what
became this guy. And we'll see y'all.
We're not playing. No, we can't play the Ric Flair. No, we're not doing that anymore.
No, I got a different drop to get us on.
Okay.
You got anything else?
No, I might do a solo episode. Like you said, you might do a solo episode. So always stay tuned to the feed for that. Make sure you have the notifications turned on. Thank y'all for tuning in. Again, we're live on YouTube. So subscribe, comment, like, share, all of that. Very lively conversation.
Start next week.
Huh?
Back to DSP start next week.
But we've been wanting to talk about the Drake stuff, and we finally had a reason to talk. Let's talk about it. Let's get it is as good as when MGK was like, you mad, Marshall? Let's talk about it. That was good. When he went at Eminem, that was a good song.
Low key, that was a good song.
Yeah, because I'm like, no, MGK won this because that song was clever. It's like, you 40 want to talk about it. Like, I'm like, oh my god. Eminem's like, throw the towel when he's doing like the again his like what? And I'm rapping MGK like
that's the only time Cleveland has ever won over Detroit, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, football.
No. The LeBron James 23 points in 25 minutes is a Cleveland over Detroit. I mean, yeah.
I'm trying to think. Cleveland as a city got more wins.
23 of the last 25 points. So, but in the
I'm talking about sports too.
Well, the Lions and the Browns.
The Indians.
The Guardians, sir. The Guardians.
The Indians. I'm from
the Tigers?
That era.
Okay. Well, all right. Back in my day, we used to call them
the Redskins. Or my day, we call them the real losers.
We need a team called the Pilgrims.
The Crackers.
That's why I liked when Bomani Jones had a Caucasian shirt. That was funny.
Yeah, that's the Pilgrims.
Yeah.
The real one.
Anyway, no, so yeah, thank you all for tuning in, interacting with us on the show. That's it until next time.
Let's get it, bro.
Yeah!